we'll be going over IRS Form 8822B, change of address or responsible party for business. Before we go through this one-page tax form, there are a couple of administrative notes that we should go over. This tax form is for businesses and other entities with an employer identification number application on file. So those businesses or entities will use this form to notify the Internal Revenue Service if you changed your business mailing address, your business location, or the identity of your responsible party. So this form should be filed within 60 days, specifically if you are changing your responsible party. So the other thing is, before we get into this form, if you're a tax exempt organization, you should check the box at the very top of the form. It also says to see the instructions, which then refer the taxpayer to IRS publication 557, which is the tax exempt status for your organization publication. And in that, the reference to Form 8822 simply states to file this when you're changing addresses, locations, or responsible parties. So there is not a lot of additional guidance to be had here, although the publication does point out the responsible party for a tax-exempt organization is the organization's principal officer as defined in the instructions for IRS Form 990. So if that individual changes, that responsible party changes, then you must file this form even if the address did not change. So there are 10 steps in this form. They're fairly straightforward. Boxes 1, 2, and 3 are simply check if applicable, don't check if they're not. So box 1, you'll check this box if your change of address happens to impact any employment, excise tax, income tax, or other business returns. So examples of these include Forms 720, IRS Form 940, 941, Form 990, Form 1041, Form 1065, or 1120 or 1120S. So those are all business-related tax returns of one type or another. However, those do not include employee plans, as employee plans such as retirement plans, those forms are on a different form. So if you check the box for box 1, that means this change of address impacts those returns. Box 2, those changes impact the returns that you would file for employee plans. And then box 3 is what you would check if your actual business location changes. So in line 4A, you would enter the business name, and 4B, you'll enter the employer identification number, which you should have on file. In line 5, you'll enter the old mailing address, the street number, or the P.O. box. If you're changing a P.O. box, the instructions specifically state that you should enter your box number instead of your street address only if your post office does not deliver mail to your street address. So if you have a P.O. box but the post office still delivers mail to your mailing address, then enter your old street address instead. So you'll put your street address or P.O. box, then you'll enter city, state, and zip code. If you're located in a foreign country, then you'll enter the name of the country, the name of the province, and then that postal code below. In your new mailing address, you'll do the exact same thing. So For a P.O. box, you'll enter the P.O. box number only if the post office doesn't deliver mail to your new street address. So this is the mailing address in line 6. In line 7, if you have a different business location, then you'll enter that. And in all of these cases, if you're in a foreign country, do not abbreviate the name of the country. Write out the entire country. If you're changing responsible parties, then you'll enter the new responsible party's name as well as the new responsible party's social security number, individual tax identification number, or employer identification number. So you'll have to go to Form SS4 to see who may use an employer identification number as the responsible party. In line 10, you'll simply sign. You're signing under penalty of perjury that this is correct, true, and complete to the best of your knowledge. You'll sign as the responsible officer or representative or owner, and then with the title and the date. Now, when you've completed this form, you can't file this online, so you have to mail it to the Internal Revenue Office. There are 2 locations. We'll go over them briefly in this video. And the mailing address is based on your old business location. So there are 2 offices, one in Kansas City, one in Ogden, Utah. So if your old business address was located in Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, or Wisconsin, then you will mail this completed form to the IRS Center in Kansas City. And that address is Internal Revenue Service, Kansas City, Missouri, 64999. For all other locations, which include the remaining states of Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Washington, Wyoming, as well as any place outside the continental United States or outside the United States, then you will send this form to the Ogden IRS Center, which is located at Internal Revenue Service, Ogden, Utah, 84201-0023. Now the IRS will confirm the receipt and successful processing of your business address by sending a notice known as a CP 148 notice to both your old business address and your new business address. The form that is sent to your old address is a CP 148A, while the notification form for your new address is a CP 148B. You do not have to file this form in order to notify the IRS of your change in address. You can also either update your address by filing your tax return, either an employment tax return or your income tax return. You can call the IRS. You can notify them in writing. However, this is the form that you will need to file if you change a responsible party as indicated on either line 8 or in line 9. And you have to do this within 60 days of the change of responsible party. So that's all we have for this form walkthrough. Pretty straightforward. If you want to If you want to read the article that we've written, you can find it on our website, teachmepersonalfinance.com. Simply go to the search bar and type in IRS Form 8822-B, and you'll find our article. Again, if you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can either post them in the comment section or send me an email. Thank you very much and have a good day.